Welcome back. Typus here with another episode of the Final Fantasy XIII Randomizer. We're back here in the Gapra Whitewood, which we haven't been here for quite some time, because now we can take on this pack of pestilence. Last time we were here, Lightning had no physical abilities. Okay, cool, only immune to water. And these things are immune to physical. Also, we've got probably like 4 times the HP and 3 times the strength, so shouldn't be too much of a problem now. I was kind of hoping that Hope would have Ruinga, which would really shred these guys, but he doesn't. He's only got Ruin. Reason why I have Hope as the commando is because, well, his magic stat's better than Lightning's. That's pretty much it. And commandos get better damage boost. Although, I might switch because I don't remember, didn't check whether Hope has Fire, which would be better, having him AoE Fire, or even Faraga. By the look of it, he does not, because he started with a Blizzara. And that implies that he does not have fire, because the Ravagers are smart enough to use whatever the things are weak to. And haven't even needed to heal yet, and we've gotten rid of only a couple, unfortunately. So we might end up switching over. We'll just do the paradigm switch to refresh ATBs. So Hope's doing, like, I think almost twice the damage that Lightning was doing. It's really hard to keep track of damage numbers in this when the camera's swiveling around so much and there's so many particle effects and damage numbers. It's more so when you've got 3. Okay, let's yin-yang these guys. Hope was getting a little bit too light on the HP there.
Keep up with me, Hope.
Okay, we're down to a few. But they love grouping up next to each other, so AoE attacks are still good. And we'll just do a sneaky switch to get an ATB refresh. And this should be able to take them all out. Yeah, so Lightning's only doing 300 and Hope was doing like 1200. I think. So, Hope's magic's definitely much better. Wow, I thought we had to do that in a minute and a half. That goes to show how bad having that defense is. And now we can continue through unimpeded.
Take 5.
So here, Hope is being a bit of a whiny bow. He is sad about his mum dying, which, you know, kind of makes sense. But he is blaming Snow for his mum dying because he misheard Snow and his companions talking about Nora, which was the name of their gang. Like, Snow was literally a gang member. Some sort of community gang. Okay, we want to go around here because there's a dead end, which means there's a treasure chest here. And Hope's mum's name is Nora, and he was like, oh, clearly these are the same thing, and, you know, comedy of miscommunication means that Hope now thinks Snow killed his mum, or is responsible for his mum's death. But then the two get paired up, and they sort out their differences, and the misunderstanding is all cleared up, and now they become best buddies. So hopefully this has got something half decent. It is a Bahamut Idolith. Alright, I don't have to go defeat Bahamut. That means Fang has got an extra ATB gauge, which is actually even better. So when you get an Eidolon, it automatically switches your ATB gauge from 3 to 4. Or if you already have 4 more ATB segments, it just gives you +1. I think normally in a regular playthrough you can't get additional ATB segments until after the Eidolon, or it might be a bit different for Hope and Vanille and maybe Fang, because the ATB segments are buried deep in the Crystarea and you don't unlock them until you hit certain story triggers. Okay, so continuing through the very nice pretty blue landscape, we'll have a cutscene because there's a leaf in front of our way. Hope's going to use the knife that Lightning gave him because, you know, it's a good idea to give emotionally unstable Fuck, how old is Hope? 14-year-old or something? I think he's 14. Yeah, good idea to give emotionally unstable 14-year-olds bladed weapons, but yeah, whatever. I mean, in fairness, this 14-year-old can cast magic, so a bit different. Ah, flans everywhere. Let's get rid of the Flanators, because they'll heal the Mandragora tomatoes. So, at the moment, things what we really want to see in the chests are either rolls, for the missing rolls. I'm going to have to defeat this guy. Stay still so I can actually hit you. Getting the ability to upgrade our equipment would actually be nice. So there is a setting in the randomizer where the item required, I think it's the Omni Kit, to upgrade your weapons and equipment is set in its default location, which is like Brescia. Or you can have it randomized, and I set it to randomize, and I am slightly regretting that because it is an easy way, somewhat easy way, of improving your character's strength. Now we don't want to deal with those guys because their CP is right. Wow, you really do chase after us for a long way. Well, I have to defeat you though because you are blocking the gate, and we have to defeat him to, I guess, untrip the security. This is an area where it's a whole bunch of bioengineered weapons, and there are security gates. Oh, you metal armband. Hold up, was that a... Yeah, you gave him a metal armband. Okay, that must have been a scripted enemy that you're forced to fight. Huh. So it gives you a unique drop, because that's definitely not its normal drop table. But anyway, this is an area with unique bioweapons, so there are security measures which come in the form of gates that you have to kill the monsters nearby before we can open up the gate. Speaking of which, we can sneak around that one. It's intended that you can sneak around that gate. Although, who the hell designed that gate there? I mean, I think this is normally a behemoth. This is one of the areas where you can get behemoths. And I think that's a behemoth, normally. So it's actually like a challenging fight. Okay, what do we get? It is going to be a Frostbane Brooch. So that's going to be frost damage reduction. Alright, dodge those. Hello, enemies. Oh no, yeah, this is a behemoth plus slugs. I know that the Mandragoras are slugs. That's fine. Let's get rid of the not behemoth, the Cyclone Predator. And proceed to ruin these Mandragora's day. For this treasure chest or sphere, it's a Rebel Heart. That's a weapon for snow. Maybe it is good. Maybe it's probably not. Run away. Run away. And we don't going to dodge them. So we want to go up the leaf. Yep. Which means we want to go up here because there's guaranteed some sort of a treasure in the obvious trap. Oh yeah. You are definitely behemoth. I mean, not a behemoth. Oh, there's two of you. Yeah. Didn't even see where the other one was. What even is that move it's trying to do? I think it must be a status attack, but it's not working. And then mana drive fire. So normal humans have to use magic tech to be able to cast magic, but because we've been turned into the sea by the ancient foul sea, yeah, so many terms in this game. Oh, Saz's medic roll, nice. Because we've been turned into foul sea, we can cast magic willy-nilly, not even using MP. And so this game, you really don't have to manage resources, up here, between fights, because your HP is recovered at the beginning of every fight, but also you don't consume MP to cast magics. And for the traditionalist Final Fantasy players, that just makes it feel easier, because that was definitely a real part of playing old school Final Fantasies, is your resource management through the course of a dungeon. It's like you are somewhat disincentivized to take out enemies. Well, run away from it. You're incentivized to run away from enemy encounters because of how much resources they could potentially sap. And thus, running away is not always easy. But in this one, it's literally pause the game and hit retry to try and run away. And the only resource that you're wasting by fighting enemies is time. And your own time. Alright, so the Flanators, you might notice they are using rescue on each other. These are, I suppose, the only white mage enemy. If you can't out DPS their healing, they can take forever to die. And if they're not on full HP, they won't attack. They'll just heal each other. Oh hey, some dead soldiers. Pretty sure they're not outdoing. I mean, we've killed enough of them. But no, they're actually been taken out by monsters. Which, oh, here's a few which have escaped. And they can't run away from them. These are also new types.
Let's get this over with.
Can't think they're going to last terribly long at this point. Bard Spectres actually might... No, that amount of defense, they are not from this part of the game. And I know that the bird thing is not... There's no birds that spawn in this area. So what have they got? 9k HP. Okay, decent. Okay, that bird thing I think is from the Vile Peaks, which is the chapter before, because it got nuked by Hope's Waterguth there. And their XP is pretty meh. So again, if you hadn't worked out where to go... Oh hey, it's a floating enemy! I haven't seen one of you guys. Normally you're hanging out on the airship. Psychom Dragoon, have I fought you? I have not. But, oh yeah, you are, I think, from the airship chapter, which is like a few chapters ahead. Because you're reasonably tanky. And you've got stunning attacks, which are fun. Okay, I'm not going to be able to dodge those, unfortunately. They're a little bit in the way. Incubus is the name of the thing in the background, which is probably going to die in a blizzard. Or a water gun, which apparently whiffed most of them. Another treasure, nice and easy. It looks like an ambush up ahead. It's an open area, flywheels, don't really need those. Got weird plants growing out of the metalwork. Now, I might actually be able to dodge you. Maybe. Nope, I do have to beat you because I can't activate that. But can't say it's going to last terribly long. And for how long did it last? 16 seconds. Now we can attach the doodad, which is clearly the elevator control. So now we're going up, and we're going to have a boss up here. Is it going to drop from the sky on us? Yes, it is. It's a giant mechanical Bulbasaur that's squeaking like a monkey. Now this is the learn how to change elements and elemental weaknesses boss. Or we can go Saboteur, and I'm pretty sure Hope has got Imperil. This thing changes its weakness throughout the fight. You are not immune to whatever Hope's spamming, so that's good. Oh, D-Shell, Efflorescence. It's everyone. Normally it's pretty nasty, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now at the moment, don't know what it's weak to, but it's going to be weak to being attacked. So we don't know any of the details yet. Do I have Libra? I do not. Not on Lightning, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to brute force it. Okay, so it is now resistant to water, or absorbs water, and it attacks with water. So now Hope knows that it will absorb water, so he won't use it on it. So I think he's just left with Blizzard. Which means he's probably weak, you know, to electricity. Well, we don't know yet, so As the fight progresses, and they use elements on it, they will eventually learn what it's weak to. But for the moment, Spark Strike it. See if we can't get a Deep Protect Dump on it. Okay, his D-Shell has run off. There we go, we've got it on Stagger, so now we're just going to smack it around. Oh, and it's got Deep Protect as well. I don't think it's going to last the Stagger. There we go, come on. Yeah. That one can be a hard one because of the elemental changing. 2,000 CPs are not too bad. Speed Sash is fine, and we do not actually get a Crystarium expansion. We get a plus Chakaro that sells for something. Oh, and it's now dawn, I guess. We've spent the night in the nasty, weird Mecha Woods. And I'm guessing that these mountains here kind of act like almost bulkheads between the sections. Or they built this facility in a convenient groove in the shell of Cocoon. So who knows? And it's, well, the road's being destroyed. So clearly there used to be some sort of a road and it's no longer maintained or something, because you don't just build an exit like that with such grandeur. But that's it. Palamporum, Hopestown. He's literally saying what I'm saying.
That's where you live, right?
Yep. Anyway, we don't care about Hope because Hope's whiny. So Saz got a medic roll. No point in putting the Crystarium points in yet. Alright, Medic, that's his last roll. Curasa. Good. I'll dump in the early points because they're going to be... Okay, you have attack. That's really good. Your strength is quite nice. Especially since apparently your Medic roll had some high strength nodes here. You might make it into one of my main party members with that sort of attack stats. The attack's really good because that's his commando role sorted, and being able to do good damage. Nice good bit of... Oh, and Imperil is very useful. That improves... Oh, and Steel Guard too. Imperil improves elemental weaknesses. Oh, we're out of CP. Poisonagar, accessory as well, definitely. Ruin Guard's useful for stunning things. Not with your magic stat for damage though. Arrow... and Vigor, plus some juicy plus 60-ish strength nodes, although they are 10k XP each. That's nice. There was nothing else he was... Oh, and an ATB in his Saboteur roll. Right, I was supposed to be putting... Oof, yeah, that's an expensive one. But we'll get the accessory on Medic, and then we'll go for the ATB. And that means that Saz is probably going to end up being in my main party for the final boss. He's got good stats. Okay, so chapter 2. Have not gone into this chapter whatsoever. There's a bunch of treasure chests and checks. No, we don't need to return to the Limblum. It gives you that prompt because you get dumped into a fight straight away. Okay, I'm going to be sorting these out. Alright, just this. These enemies are going to be piss weak, so it doesn't really matter what sort of setup I have. And this chapter also switches you between all the party members frequently. No one CP. Survivalist Catalogue. So because it switches between party groups fairly frequently, it's not really going to be worth setting up paradigms. Plus the enemies are level 2, they're going to die piss easy. But Amber Ring is not that interesting. This one is going to be more halls of brownness and sepia-ness, whilst we try and get some treasure chests. The enemies in this chapter also have the interesting property that apparently they drop shrouds at a much higher rate. Hi Ruingar, bye guys. If you survive, I'll be so impressed. Yeah, I didn't think you were surviving that. 9 CP, Phoenix down, and Deceptor Souls. So, I mean, If you're in your own run, you could use... Oh, Snow's Commander roll. Cool. You could use this chapter to stock up on shrouds, which are very useful, particularly the offensive ones. Have I been down here? No, I have not, because I can... Oh. Cool. Hi, tutorial. Pretty sure that was on sneaking up on enemies. Or enemy aggro zones. The offensive souls are useful. Oh, Crystarium expansion! That is also lovely. Crystarium expansion means more stats, although they will be expensive stats. I think they'll be up to like freaking 40k or something. Alright, immediately turn around because there's a little side passage, which means there's a bloody treasure chest. Vidofner, that is a weapon for hope. We'll see what it's like. Now, is there an item on this side? Nope. I'm going to assume that's where Snow comes in from the cutscene. Now, Snow, let's have a look, see what your Commando's got. Attack. Alright, that is an interesting grid with it split like that. 59 magic. Dang. Faith Thrower? Meh. A few more stats. Don't care too much around raising his magic stats. These stat nodes are kind of a bit more average. You're getting a bit more curse scars, not super impressive. Some more HP, strength. Blitz. I didn't even know this guy used them. I don't normally use Snow. He's not. He's really good as a sentinel, but okay, Thundara. Blitz is useful as a commando role because it's an AoE physical attack. It looks like his strength and magic stats are split. Adrenaline's got its useful uses. Thunder evades. I don't tend to use that. Some decent magic stat nodes on here. So this one looks like it's going to skew him towards magic. D-Shell is good. And now we're on the final tier of the Crystarium expansion, 30k per level. You can adjust how much each level costs in the settings, and I think I've dropped it a little bit below usual. But this is, oh yeah, now that we have a commando role, we can also start with a commando there. So we can do some more damage. I mean, things are probably going to die pretty fast here. Okay, we've got Zwergs. I cannot avoid them. And I don't think there's any treasures. I was rather... Okay, I do have to defeat them. I was hoping for treasures.
Wrapped up and ready.
So, we've got Sovereign Fist and Blitz. So that's what's his Blitz. Okay, he does a roundhouse kick. And I reckon we're going to switch party members. So, literally hope Snow would have had one single one. And we have indeed. We are lightning. And I don't care about those tutorials. And Saz. And I've already dumped all the CP into Saz. We've managed to get 21 CP this chapter so far. There was no treasures hiding in the back, was there? No. But these ruins here are the ruins of the Anima Falsi, which Psycom was transporting away because anything that's related to Grand Pulse, the world below, is considered toxic, cursed, and should be avoided contact with at all costs. Okay, what do we got? Oh, there's Flanators. Yeah, we should be fine. I was thinking it's like, do I want to use gut magic or anything? But no, these guys are gonna die. So what do we get in this orb? Another hope weapon. Okay. No items there. And I can just dodge the flan. Your CP is going to be pitiful. Gotta get you guys dead so that I can get that treasure. So another reason for going back to this really weak, easy chapter is because the random settings I had, it's skewed towards easy. And I believe that would mean that more of the good drops are going to be located in these early chapters as opposed to the Grand Pulse chapter, even though Grand Pulse is going to be better for CP, again, go backwards and you get a treasure chest. Regular gameplay, I think these like potions or some crap, but randomizer, they could be good crap. C-pedal scales, no, they're not good crap, but you never know. So all three groups of characters are converging together to reach the center where the FFXIII anima is located, because strings of fate are drawing them together. Oh, right, I had to go actually to beat those things. Because every step of our hero's journey has been manipulated by FFXIII, literally right into the end. So, like, the whole game's point is free will, but all of the actions of the characters, they never have any agency in where they're going. Like, literally, even once you get into Grand Pulse, they have a little... They don't really... I mean, they kind of have agency, in that there are two areas that you can go to, sort of. But yeah, they don't have any choice of destination anywhere. Once you get to Grand Pulse, I guess Fang and Vanille really want to go see their home. Is there anything in here? Nope, that was literally where we arrived from. So I guess there was that. Okay. So nothing. Yes, something. But until you get to Grand Pulse, there is, like, the characters' actions are purely in reaction to events. They aren't realistically making much of a choice. So to say, like, they are being fairly heavily funneled. They crash land a few times with stolen, like, planes. Dark matter cannot be used in battle, unlike a lot of other Final Fantasies. And that one, got them, is used for upgrading weapons or selling. So the guys in here, they get... How do they get in here? Through various things. Most of them just like falling into this place from Psychom attacking bridges and shit up on the hanging edge. And then once they're in here, that's like literally their options are stay still and starve, or follow the one route that they have forward. And yeah, not much. They're literally just surviving. And once you get out of here, you end up in Brescia, and again, they literally have one route that they can go. I suppose Snow does make a choice in that he does protect the party in Brescia, but also not really. He's doing it, his actions are because he likes his girlfriend, he doesn't want to give up on her. Oh, hi, cool. Bye. Yep, bye. And the characters' motivations, I guess, feel somewhat contrived sometimes. Maybe it's because I just don't particularly like the characters in 13. They rely a lot on archetypes and cliches to develop the characters' personalities, which I feel it's a cheap way of developing a character. It's, here, you have this character who is a badass warrior. They're hardened, of course they're going to act like this. You've got the father who's worried about his kid, and that's his one motivation. And that's his entire motivation in, I think, all of the 13 games. Saz, it's always Daz. That's it, that's his only motivation. You're a knight, boring. Got enemies that can drop that. Wait, Jesus Christ, you didn't, you spawned there. Hope, yeah, his motivation does shift, and it's probably almost got some of the more interesting motivations. Vanille and Fang. I mean, Vanille, I just don't like her voice actors. So it's really hard for me to like the always perky, kinky girl. Everything's going to be alright. I just don't gel with that character type. Fang I do like, because she's a lot more independent, I guess. But her breakdown, I don't know. Alright, well, you were surprisingly easy to dodge. I wasn't expecting to run through your legs like that. But Lightning and Saz are... Woo, okay, camera. Thank you. Thank you. Dodgy, dodgy, dodgy. Alright, got through the entire gauntlet there without getting any of them. Oh, hey, here's Sarah. I might actually let this cutscene play through a little bit. This is Lightning's sister. You can tell because they have identical hair color, and no one else has pink hair.
have to leave before the army.
And
That's a pulse brand. That girl's on the sea.
how the hell do they know that it is a pulse brand? Because like
Sea are the enemies of Cocoon.
they've been
So they should die?
hidden from the sea.
If fails her focus, you know how that'll end.
And killing her is a mercy? You came.
Alright, actually really don't like Sarah either. Like, how do they know that it's a pulse brand? They've been cocooned from everything pulse, and like it's almost like pariahs there. How do they know? I guess they have legends for what's supposed to happen. Oh yeah, she's now Crystal. Because apparently when you, well, if you're a Lassie and you survive your focus, you turn into Crystal. Your focus is your guiding motivation, your task that the foul sea that created you gives you. Alright, so that's our sister turned into Crystal. She succeeded at apparently her focus was to bring the party together. Is there an item hiding behind you? Yes, there is. And even though Sarah, like, I don't know how she brought the party together to say hello to Anima, but that was apparently her focus. And she succeeded it, and everyone's all together. Yeah, I mean, when people complain about the plot in this game, it's like, yeah, that's kind of why. Oh, cool, an expansion to the item shop again. Whee! Alright, so this was going to be Boss Arena. And we're going to fight the Anima Foul Sea, which belongs to... That music is so not right. So you can attack the manipulators. You can defeat the manipulators and it will stun Anima, or if you're overpowered you can just do that. Oh, Phoenix down, cool. Now, give us some good drops. And this guy will make us all Foul Sea. Let's see. So, giant crystally thing. Good question, no idea where we are. Oh, and I think this thing teleports us to Brasha. That's how we get to Brasha. We get dumped there by a Foul Sea. Oh, I was expecting some more items out of that chapter, thank you very much. But I guess not. So, just a quick rundown on Crystarium. We are at stage 10. Lightning is missing 2 roles. She is missing her Saboteur and her Sentinel roles. Hope is missing his Synergist role, which is a bit annoying because I think he's got some good Synergist abilities. So Fang is missing the Saboteur role. Snow has every role. Vanille is missing Saboteur. And Saz has got every role. So at the moment, final parties is probably going to be Saz, Lightning, purely because she's got really good attack, and possibly Fang, also because she has really good attack. Although Hope does have good abilities, he's a bit squishy. I'm tempted to also have Vanille, but before the final boss, I am definitely going to need some more HP. So yeah, Fang's probably not going to be final party because she's a little bit squishy there. But that will do it for this one. Next time we will be looking at another chapter. Possibly having a go at chapter 12 I think it is, where we return to Cocoon. Until next time though, let's type this out and have a good day guys. Bye!